Hi everybody. It's been a few weeks and I'm sorry about that. As many of you know, I had a little surgical procedure that went well in and of itself, but I had a bit of a complication. And also, I must confess that I'm a bit of a baby and don't like pain and suffering. Why am I telling you this? My practice suffered. Teachers will all tell you it is important that you practice every day. You can't practice 3 hours one day and then no practice for 2 or 3 days. Also, teachers will tell you that if you're in bed, do the form in your mind, because the mind leads the chi, the energy, and it's restorative. And while I spent about 10 days in bed, I have to admit, I practiced very little. When I was up and around, I practiced very little. And I have to tell you, adversity is the great teacher. I'm just tired of having to learn the same lesson over and over again. Once I began practicing Tai Chi, my back pain, my hip pain, and my attitude improved dramatically. So I encourage you, even if it's only a few minutes a day, do practice Tai Chi every day. Okay, so I had a pacemaker, and this is a big lump up here because some of the complication was bleeding into the chest. We always talk about Tai Chi, you don't have a shoulder, that your arm starts here in the front and ends here in the back. So in Tai Chi, the shoulder should always be quiet. And this was a wonderful opportunity for me to really practice that quiet shoulder. So let's go to the little bit of choreography that we've talked about in the past, which is ward off, roll back, press, and push. And again, I'm going to get into the 70-30 position, bend my hip, my knee, my ankle, open this hip, let this toe go out. Put all my weight over here and step forward, heel where the toe was, not in here. And be sure I'm comfortable so that I can pick up my foot. Now I'm going to shift my weight, bring my knee over the toe, fold my hip, so toe, knee, nose, navel, face forward. And ward off. Roll back. Now at this point, the hand is like a rock, the arm is like a string. And if I throw a rock, it doesn't do a wiggle or a curve. So my waist turn is going to generate this to go here. Now because of the pacemaker, it's not going to go any higher than that for a few more weeks. But the shoulder itself stays completely quiet. And then the heavy elbow will allow this arm to bend and come back. So if I put my hand on my shoulder and feel, there's no muscle happening in the shoulder. Elbow heavy, waist turn. So the arm isn't moving. I shouldn't do that with that side. The arm isn't moving like this or like this. It's just quietly following the turn of the waist. So keeping the shoulders quiet. Ward off, roll back, press, and push. And you guys can work on that. One other comment that I want to make is it's a wonderful practice to practice with no arms at all. So if you're in a situation where you have no use of the arms, you can in your mind form, oh yes, I can feel this here. And I can feel myself going into a rollback. And I can feel my arms moving. And I can feel myself coming back and withdrawing and pushing. And over time, it starts to look more like, instead of this, it starts to look like this. So allow the form to grow as the healing continues. But most of all, and most importantly, let adversity, as my teacher, be your teacher. Practice on a daily basis, only if it's a little bit each day. Don't miss a day. Take care, and I look forward to talking to you soon.